We're excited to welcome back honeybees to our indoor beehive at the Dickinson County Nature Center. Now we have had an indoor beehive for about the last 5 years at the Nature Center, but we did move it into our Pollinator Paradise edition last year. However, our bees did not survive the winter because we had an infestation of varroa mites. Now varroa mites are a parasite that lives on honeybees. Imagine this tick the size of your fist on you, and you can see how damaging that would be to the human body. And varroa mites are about that size on a honeybee. So not only does it make them sick, but also even if the mite dies or would leave the honeybee, they have burrowed through the exoskeleton. So it leaves a hole in the exoskeleton of a bee, so the bee just can't survive. They're very deadly. Now we did fumigate our hive for the varroa mites once we found them, but it seems like they just weren't able to recover and survive the winter. So we did bring in another hive this spring, so you can come check out the live honeybees. So we are not immune to problems that other beekeepers have. That's one of the reasons that we built Pollinator Paradise, was to introduce people to some of the issues that are going on with our pollinators. Whether it's that lack of habitat or native food sources, whether it's colony collapse disorder in honeybees, it might be the neonicotinoids that are in a lot of our pesticides that are creating harm in honeybee populations. So there's a lot of issues that are going on with our bees, and there's a lot of beekeepers that struggle. But we do want to have our hive here so that we can introduce people to live bees. A lot of people are scared of bees, and there's really no reason to be afraid of them. Honeybees do not like to sting. They die after they sting, so it's the last thing that they want to do. Native bees or solitary bees, they don't have a hive to protect. Most of their stingers are too small to even penetrate human skin, so there's really no reason to be afraid of bees. Are actually really interesting creatures. So we want you guys to come in and check out the beehive. You can see the bees go outside and they will forage for nectar and pollen in the prairie and come back in. Right here they're working on making honey, so they'll use that nectar to make honey. They dry it down and then they cap it with wax when that cell is filled with honey. They also use pollen to make their honeycomb and to also make a protein-rich food source called bee bread. So you can come in, you can see the difference between a worker bee and a drone bee. You get to see them working in the hive. You get to walk through the Kenya Park Prairie and see them out there. This is a really neat way to get an up-close experience with honeybees. So come on into the Dickinson County Nature Center, meet some of our wonderful bees. And again, it's all free here, so come on in and enjoy.